What's up, guys? It's your boy Hokage Puya here, back with a reaction to the Nations League, UEFA Nations League quarterfinal first leg games that went on today. Hope you guys are all doing well. A lot to break down here. If you watched my prediction video just from yesterday, I kind of look like an idiot. At least it's only the first leg. We'll see how everything ends up playing out after the second leg. But if we're just going off the first leg, you guys, some of the things I said in that prediction video are egregious. I look like an idiot. I genuinely look like I have no ball knowledge. But I swear, I have ball knowledge. Like genuinely, don't let that affect your perception of me. I do have ball knowledge. I guarantee you. So hopefully the second leg results will make me look like less of an ass. But yeah, some very interesting results, some really weird performances, things I did not expect today. And we're going to break it all down in the four games that happened today with my dandy little, beautiful, professional slideshow, which is literally one slide because all the matches are to my left. So we're going to go match by match, starting with France versus Croatia. Again, guys, if you're new here, like, subscribe. I'm always pumping out this content, and I'm always yapping. It is what it is. So let's start with the first game. To the left of the screen, Croatia at home beating France 2-0. Now, in my predictions video, my analysis video, I thought this Croatia team, they are in transition. Like Modric and Perisic are still in the team. They're still chugging along, putting in these performances for Croatia. But eventually they're going to have to transition away from these players and bring in the younger players to take over, right? But what I saw today, this is an interesting game. So Croatia get 2 goals in the first half. Budimir and Perisic, 2 excellent. Well, Budimir's goal kind of dicey. I thought Magnon made a great save initially, but it just ended up bobbling into the back of the net for the first goal. Magnon also saved a penalty. Kramaric had a really horrible penalty earlier in the game. Konate with a handball, a foolish handball. I'm not sure what his hand is doing. He's defending to the back of the defender, and his hands are out here. Come on, bro. Like, what are you doing? Just irresponsible from Konate, but it didn't matter. Kramaric had a horrible penalty, excellent foot save from Magnon to keep it out. But eventually, Budimir, like I said, gets the goal in the first half, and then to end the first half with a cross, the ball bobbles up at the back of France's right post, and Perisic, out of nowhere, with his right foot, his weaker right foot, just dagger into the bottom left corner. I wasn't even expecting that. I was watching the highlights. I'm like, I know Perisic scores, but does he score from here, or is there another highlight? And all of a sudden the ball's in the back of net, and I'm like, what the hell? Perisic is still scoring goals like this, and I'm not surprised. He's doing bits at PSV after his ACL injury. I'm just surprised at his older age that he has came back in such fine form after that such a horrible knee injury that he had to recover from. So Croatia go up 2-0, and honestly in the second half, Croatia didn't really have much else. They took the 2-0, and this just kind of defended well for the remainder of the game, because that was at the end of the first half. And then for the whole second half, Gvardiol, Stanisic, everyone in the back, Livakovic, excellent game from Livakovic today in goal for Croatia. They just kept the ball out of the net. They kept disrupting France and disturbing their flow, and France couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Now, I will say, I didn't think. Now, in terms of the defensive midfield, I felt there was just something missing for France. I'm a firm believer that Upamecano is the best French center back. I mean, the stats don't lie, dude. I think in the last 10 games France have played without Upamecano in the defense as one of the starting center backs, 0 clean sheets. In the last in France's last 13 clean sheets, the last 13 clean sheets France have kept, Upamecano was starting in all of those lineups when they got their last 13 clean sheets. But in the last 10 games that they don't start Upa, they concede. They don't keep a clean sheet. And guess what? They concede 2 goals in the first half. Upamecano comes on into the second half for Konate, and guess what? The defense is more solid. Croatia basically had no chances in the second half. So I'm a firm believer that France's defense operates the best, is more dominant, and more stable with Upamecano in the back, regardless of what bummy-ass Prem fans think that, oh, Saliba is better, oh, Konate is far better. What? Because Upamecano had one disaster class against Manchester City, you're gonna let that dictate his whole entire career? No, because the fact is, Upamecano has been outperforming Saliba and Konate for 2 years now. And Prem fans don't want to admit it. They see, oh, Saliba plays for Arsenal, the great Arsenal defense. Konate is the next to Van Dijk. He's immense. They don't watch the Bundesliga. They don't watch Upamecano consistently, and they don't realize how great Upamecano is as not just a brute force center back, physical center back, but as an eloquent ball playing center back as well. So France just missing something in defense. For me, that was Upamecano. In the midfield, I really don't get why Deschamps has an obsession with Rabiot. I don't get it. I don't get it. I honestly don't. Like in the second leg in France, I do hope to see Deschamps start with Camavinga and Chouameni. Stop with this Rabiot bullshit. Stop. Stop. And I know Rabiot has actually been a good servant for France. And when he does play, he doesn't actually play that bad. He actually puts in good performances. But stop. Stop this Rabiot gimmick and just play Chouameni, Camavinga. There's just so many better midfield options. There's just so many better midfield options than Rabiot, in not just this France team, and just in all of France in general. Trust me. So yeah, I felt midfield and defense were missing something in that first half. I gave you my reasons, but honestly, in the attack today, France was actually pretty potent in the attack. Like people will look at this result in face value and look at the starting lineup and see Kylian Mbappe and Dembele started and they didn't score a goal. But if you actually watch the game, dude, Kylian Mbappe and Ousmane Dembele were playing pretty well. They were combining with each other a lot and actually created a lot of chances. But due to some excellent last ditch tackles by Guardiola, Stanisic, and some excellent world class saves by Livakovic, France didn't score today. But realistically, guys, Mbappe didn't have a bad game. He had 3 or 4 excellent chances, but great saves from Livakovic again. Dembele was excellent as well. He was excellent dribbling down the wing, beating his man and getting a cross or creating a situation in the box or getting his own shot off. He wasn't bad. He was good today too. So I look at this France game and seeing the amount of chances France actually made, because you guys, on another day, Dembele gets 2 goals and Mbappe gets 2 goals, 4 goals for France. And I look at this game is not over. Going to France, if Dembele and Mbappe play like they did today, I guarantee you they won't have a second game in a row where all their chances are saved and all their chances are blocked. 2 or 3 goals will pop off for them if they play like they did today, back at home in France in the second leg. Also, for the France team, what I want to see in the second leg for France is Olise to start. Why is Olise not starting? Why? I understand Colomwani got the move away from PSG to Juventus, and he's been decent since going to Juventus. But Olise is arguably the second best French player across, second best French attacker across all of Europe, and he's coming on as a substitute in what, the 75th minute. What I want to see from France in the second leg is Dembele on the left, Mbappe in the middle, Olise on the right. I want to see Camavinga and Chouameni starting together in midfield, and I want to see Upamecano starting alongside Konate. I think that's the best partnership for France, Konate, Upamecano, center back duo. And I think France can bring this back and pull through to the semifinal. I genuinely believe so, because on face value, yes, it's 2-0, but France were actually creating in the attack a lot today. This wasn't like the France team from the Euros where they couldn't create anything. They were just dead in attack. Today, I was impressed with what they were doing in the final third. It just didn't come off for them. I'm sure in the second leg they will have something to say, and I do believe they still have a decent chance at going through into the semifinals. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Croatia proving me wrong. Just Croatia doing what Croatia does, getting those goals and defending brilliantly. So yeah, congrats to them for the win. Next game, Denmark versus Portugal now. If there's any game or any team that disappointed today, Italy surprised me. Germany was great. The Netherlands surprised me. Spain was good. Croatia surprised me. But if they're France played good too, like I said. If there's any team that was disappointing today, Portugal. And to be honest, guys, I told you in my preview, in my predictions video, I don't think this Portugal team is that good. This Portugal team really isn't as talented as people think. There are 3 guys, maybe 4 guys I truly rate in this. Actually, no. Let me be more fair. There was only 5 guys in this Portugal team that I actually rate. Diogo Costa, who had an excellent game for Portugal today. He made 3 or 4 excellent saves, and he even stopped Christian Eriksen's penalty against Denmark today. Diogo Costa, their goalie, I rate him. Nuno Mendes, one of the best left backs in the world, I rate him. Vitinha and João Neves, two quality midfielders, two of the best midfielders in the world, and kind of Rafael Leao. Now, Rafael Leao has been too much purple patch merchant the last 2 years, so I still rate him, but not as highly as the other four. The other four are excellent. Rafael Leao, meh. But so I really only rate 4 or 5 guys in this entire Portugal team, and you see today that I was kind of proven right. I said Portugal would look strong. Portugal would control the game if Vitinha and João Neves were able to replicate their PSG form for Portugal. But they weren't able to. And all of a sudden, Denmark were the better team today. Denmark created the better chances. Denmark could have scored 2 or 3 goals if it wasn't for Diogo Costa. It could have been a 3-0, 4-0 game for Denmark. But Diogo Costa, like I said, excellent saves today, excellent performance. Him and Livakovic were insane today for Croatia and Portugal. And Denmark, yeah, proving me wrong like Croatia. If anything, I'm more surprised by Denmark because I really just don't rate any of their attackers. I don't rate Højlund. I think Christian Eriksen is too old. But they just do it, man. And maybe it's home tax. Maybe Portugal will go back into the second leg in Portugal and batter Denmark. I don't know. But the performance today, even though you're away from home, if Portugal want to be regarded as this big nation, blah blah blah, World Cup favorites, such a supposed talented team that people say they have, you can't put up such timid performances and such lackluster performances like you did today. And it just goes and keeps proving me right that I think this Portugal team is overrated. And I made a video before the Euros last May saying Portugal's overrated. They won't do anything at the Euros. And I was proven right. Some people even came back to that video I made that criticized me and said, bro, you were actually right. This Portugal team is not that good. And I said, bro, I told you so. I told you so. So really, Portugal, I'm surprised by the performance, but realistically, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I'm not. I'm not. Because there's only 4 or 5 guys I rate in this Portugal setup. So it is what it is. Cristiano finished. Cristiano, he's a nothing player, bro. He can't do it at the top level. He can go enjoy his delusions in Saudi Arabia. Cristiano Ronaldo is not a top level finisher anymore. He's not, and it's okay, Cristiano friends. Don't attack me. Don't get sad. He's 40 freaking years old. Let the man rest. Let the man rest. And in defense, just Portugal, I know they have some up-and-comers, some young guys. Pepe's not with the team anymore. They need to find that next Pepe, that next stone, hard center back to lead this Portugal back line. No one is really emerging. I know there's some young guys coming, Antonio Silva or whatever his name is from Benfica, guys like that, but no one really convincing so far. So yeah, Portugal just not impressive. And Højlund getting the goal for Denmark today, another guy I don't rate. It's looking like he's actually going to leave Manchester United this summer. And this guy Højlund, so shameless. Rasmus Højlund scores a goal and hits the most shameless sue on Cristiano Ronaldo's head. Rasmus Højlund, that is disgusting, bro. I saw that and I fell to my knees. That was just so shameless, bro. But anyway, he scored, he was hype, whatever, and he dunked on Cristiano, whatever. 1-0. Italy versus Germany. I made a post-match reaction that I released earlier, a little bit earlier than this video, so I'm not going to touch too much. I'm not going to touch as in-depth as these other games that I am. I'm not going to touch on Italy-Germany too much because I posted a post-match reaction analysis of the game already. So go check that out if you want a more in-depth. But yeah, today, Italy surprised me. Italy were stronger in attack, like I said in my video that came out earlier. They were stronger than in attack than I thought. I thought Tonali and Moise Kean and Bastoni were excellent today, especially Tonali and Moise Kean. They were really good for Italy today. And yeah, Germany pulled through. The first half was 50-50. I did feel second half Germany took control of the game and were the better team. And yeah, Julian Nagelsmann showing improvements as a manager. Like I said in my post-match reaction, he is showing that his in-game management is getting better. He saw the first half and he said, you know what? I'm going to bring Tim Kleindienst, a more focal box striker for Germany, for the, to be more of a presence on these crosses, all these excellent crosses Joshua Kimmich is putting in. What happens? Tim Kleindienst comes in for Burkhardt. Joshua Kimmich perfect cross in the 48th minute, 49th minute, and boom, goal 1-1. All of a sudden, Germany's back into the game. All of a sudden. And then the momentum builds on. Italy had two good chances in the second half. Oliver Baumann had an excellent game for Germany, an excellent game. He's really putting his foot forward now with a performance like this and putting pressure on Ter Stegen and Alexander Nubel and other Germany goalies in the national team setup that are looking to be the starter at the 2026 World Cup. Oliver Baumann, with the performance today against Italy, is putting a lot of those guys on notice. So excellent performance from him. And yeah, the momentum built for Germany. They probably could have had, like Italy probably could have had one or two more goals if it wasn't for Baumann. Germany probably could have had one or two more goals if it wasn't for Donnarumma and some excellent defensive work from Bastoni and those other Italian dudes. And eventually Goretzka, Joshua Kimmich, a second assist off the corner. Goretzka gets the header, and I'm just happy for him, man. I'm really happy for Goretzka, man. It looked like he was never going to make it back to the national team, that he lost his way as a professional footballer. A lot of Bayern fans, including myself, wanted him sold last summer. He stuck around like a man. He said, I'm going to fight for my place at Bayern, and I'm going to fight for my spot back in the Germany team. And he comes back, his first start for Germany since, the 2022 World Cup, I believe, and he gets a goal and drops a really, really good performance, putting guys like Angelo Stiller, Alexander Pavlovich, Pascal Gross, Andrich, all these guys on notice, on their toes, because if he plays like this, if Goretzka plays like this, he could genuinely be a starter at the 2026 World Cup. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's 15, 16 months away. He's got to be playing good in 15, 16 months as well if he wants to be a starter at the 2026 World Cup. So we're going to have to wait and see. So yeah, Germany, good win, and they're going to take it back to the Westfalenstadion in Dortmund for the second leg. So I think Germany will get the job done there. And a fun fact, I said this in my post-match reaction, but a fun fact, Germany, this is their first win against Italy in Italy since 1986. So good achievement for them. You know, Germany and Italy are the European rivals, 4 World Cups each, 3 Euros each. History, always tough matches between these two teams. So yeah, Germany getting the win there. And the last game of the day, Netherlands versus Spain. Again, I thought Spain would be too strong, but I'm not sure if it's home tax or not for the Netherlands, but they were impressive today. Van Dijk held it strong, and I thought Jeremy Frimpong was the man of the match. What was absolutely the man of the match. He's just excellent, man. Jeremy Frimpong, maybe he hasn't gotten as many goals and assists for Bayer Leverkusen this season as he did last year. But even then, even this season, I think he's been Bayer Leverkusen's maybe second or third best player. And today he's just showing his quality again for the Dutch national team. I think he got 2 assists or 1 assist. Either way, he was excellent for the Netherlands. Cody Gakpo with an excellent goal as well himself. But I thought, along with Jeremy Frimpong, Nico Williams was excellent. Nico Williams was excellent for Spain today. In fact, today, he kind of outshined Lamine Yamal. He was the guy really doing a lot of excellent wing work on the wings for Spain today. Lamine Yamal kind of had a off day. He wasn't horrible, but he wasn't at his absolute amazing best today for Spain. And yeah, Nico Williams got a goal in the 4th minute. Nico Williams got a goal in the 4th minute. And at the end of the game, it was his shot that he put into the box that Verbruggen spilled into the penalty area. And Mikel Merino in the 93rd or 5th minute, I forget, he gets the equalizer for 2-2. The Dutch is interesting because I really don't think their attack is that strong now. I know Cody Gakpo gets those goals, right? He's getting those goals and showing up for the Netherlands, but he's just not Van Persie. You know what I mean? He's not Robin. He's not Schneider. You know, so I'm not sure what to make of this Netherlands team. I still need to watch a lot more of them as we go into the World Cup qualifiers soon and as we go into the World Cup next summer. But, you know, if the Netherlands keep building on their performances, their strong Euros performances like these against Spain, I have my eye on them. That's all I'm going to say. I have my eye on them. Spain, on the other hand, just filled with quality. This was a good game, man. It was a good game now. And going back to Spain, who do I expect to win? I expect Spain to win, but the way this Dutch team defends, the way they attack, they're impressive. Each time they're just surprising me each time with how they attack and how many chances they're able to create, and how clinical they've been. So, yeah, Netherlands 2-2. I think they'll be happy with that, especially at home. I think a lot of people probably favorite Spain. They're the Euro champions, defending Euro champions, whatever. A squad riddled with talent. Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams. I mean, excuse me, just so much talent in that Spain team. So yeah, good result from the Dutch. Good result for Spain too. The Dutch did get a red card. I didn't think it was a red card. I'm forgetting the kid's name. He's like a 19-year-old young Dutch center back. I thought he was having a decent game as well, and he got a red card for a slightly reckless challenge. You know, studs up on the top of the ankle, but I didn't think it was a red card challenge. So, is what it is. He's gonna miss the next game for the Netherlands. So maybe we'll see De Ligt start again. Maybe we'll see De Ligt start next to Van Dijk in the second leg. I don't know. I'm interested in how De Ligt doesn't seem to have a lot of trust with Ronald Koeman in the side, but I genuinely think De Ligt and Van Dijk center back partnership would be excellent. I just don't think Koeman sees that. So with the red card there, maybe we'll see De Ligt start alongside Van Dijk. But yeah, Netherlands with a 2-2 draw. And yeah, going into the second legs, if I'm going to predict how these results are going to finish, I genuinely believe France will pull it back and get through to the semifinals. I think they could win. I genuinely believe they're going to play well in the attack again. And I'm sure Croatia will not be able to keep them silent again. So I think France will go through. If they'll get the job done in the second leg. Portugal is the team I have the least confidence in. Portugal is just not good enough. And Denmark, you know, they could go and defend and just hit on the counter going away from home. So Denmark, I'm going to go going through to the semifinal, honestly. And then I think Germany will get the job done going back to Dortmund, a sold-out Westfalenstadion. And I want to say Spain will get the job done at home, but this Dutch team just keeps surprising me. So maybe the Dutch will get it done. I'm not sure. I'll ride with the Dutch. I'll ride with the Dutch. But obviously, in my predictions video, I said Spain, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, it's been your boy Hokage Puya. Interesting games today. I'm excited for Sunday to see what happens. I'll have a post-match reaction, breaking down all those games, and then looking forward to the semifinals on Sunday. So subscribe if you're new and tune in for that video. So yeah, it's been your boy Hokage. I'll see you guys next one. That's all I want to talk about. Peace.